Hey guys, this is actually my first video I've ever done. I'm just going to do a quick review of Gerber's Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife because I searched and searched and searched for a good review on this, and I really only found one decent one where a kid had it out with him somewhere in Texas and did a couple things, chopping wood and stuff with it, and he just demonstrated that it does work. Well, I've gone a little bit more extensive with it. I have been splitting wood. As you can see, the finish is getting pretty worn on it. I've split up quite a bit of wood. I managed to, looks like, dent the blade a little bit on that. Yeah, I have actually done that a little bit. That's quickly fixed on a stone. The only way I've actually been able to damage this knife is I stabbed my old cell phone with it and actually bent over the tip, which I don't think you can see very well on my crappy little camera here. But that is also easily fixed with 5 minutes on a stone. I have been using the fire starter on it. As you can see, all the black finish is worn off, and I did start a fire with it from a spark, as you can see over there. Overall, I think it's a good knife. The only problems I have ever heard with these is some people have said the black pommel has broken off when they strike things with it. I've striked a log, I strike the concrete over there with it a little bit, and it's still on there pretty good and pretty straight, and haven't had a problem. I've really worn that finish pretty good, splitting quite a bit of logs with it, not just pine or aspen. I've done a split good amount of hardwood with it too, and it's held up just fine. It's still fairly sharp. The serrates still feel really good. Overall, I do think it's a good knife. I have had to survive in the wilderness before. I am a statistic. I got lost for 4 days in the Wasatch Forest here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I carried a Buck Model 119 with me, and that thing served me perfectly fine. I love that knife, still own it. I'm probably going to retire that knife and start carrying this because I don't ever want to lose that knife because it has a lot of sentimental value to me now. But overall, good knife. I'm very pleased with it. I've done everything that you would need to do with it in a survival situation, aside from gutting an animal, but if it can split firewood and do that kind of stuff, it would handle that without a problem and still have an edge. And even if you did manage to lose the edge, the back of the sheath here has a nice little diamond sharpening stone. Works pretty good. The whistle on it is fairly loud. I have gone outside and blown that, and I think that would be a pretty good thing, something decently handy to keep on you if you ever worry about this kind of thing, if you're ever out in the wilderness. I personally am not much of a fan of Bear Grylls or Man vs. Wild. I think it's entertaining, but for the most part, that's about it. I'm a bigger fan of Les Stroud's Survivor Man. I think he shows you a little bit more practical things. One of my only drawbacks with the knife is I am 6'6". I'm a big guy, and the knife does feel a little small in my hand for the grip. I do like the feel of the 119 a little bit more because it's nice and rounded. But this is nice and grippy, and overall, I like it. I'm very happy with my purchase, and I can actually show you the package it came in. I was keeping the package in case I ended up not liking it, but I am such a fan of this knife, I am going to be keeping this, so I am going to burn the package. Thank you, and that's my review on this knife. Hope it's been helpful for you.